We're thinking about Dave. We have had some traffic problems all morning long. A FedEx truck carrying thousands of packages overturning and slamming into a light pole. News Channel 5's Kimberly Davis has been live on the scene for us all morning long, covering this really from start to finish just about on I-24. And it looks like now you've got more activity behind you than you did a little while ago, Kimberly.
Steve, good morning. Yes, this is what officials were anticipating this morning. That's why they left, and they left a semi-truck here because they didn't want to cause this traffic to get any heavier than what it already is this morning. Let me take a step out the way so you can take a better look at this semi. This is all caused by what police believe is a hit and run, and they are on the lookout for the driver this morning that caused this mess. As you can see, the windshield is just completely shattered. It is broken in. Thankfully, that driver was able to walk away from this accident with only minor injuries, but police are on the lookout for that other driver. Now, this all happened around 2:30 this morning on I-24 West and Haywood Lane. We're told a silver car was driving down this road around 2:30 this morning when it hit the median. Then it smashed into this FedEx semi, causing the semi to go off the road, smash into a light pole, and then that's when it crashed into the ditch here. They are saying that that driver took off. That driver did not stop, so they are looking for whoever is responsible for that this morning. Back here live, they did have one of those lanes shut down this morning as they attempted to move this semi here off the road. They did manage to take one of the trailers away, but they've set up cones here, and TDOT says they will move the rest of this semi once rush hour ends. For now, we are live in South Nashville. Kimberly Davis, News Channel 5.
All right, Kimberly, thank you for the update. Be careful there alongside the interstate. Some more breaking news from overnight. A Hermitage family loses everything in a fire. News Channel 5's Alexandra Cohen has been live in Hermitage all morning long on this story. And these people are lucky to get out of that home before the flames really took over. Right, Alexandra?
Steve, the 2-year-old and the relative there heard the smoke alarms going off, and because they were working properly, they were able to get out of this apartment behind me. Take a look at this video here from the scene that we took earlier. First responders mostly contained the fire to the back bedroom, but there was heavy smoke damage. The brother-in-law was watching the toddler and reportedly tried to put the fire out with an extinguisher after the fire broke out, but it was too late. Ashley Minton says she is a single mom trying to make ends meet, so this fire is devastating. Now back out here to the damage. You can see there is a very burnt mattress spring. There's also a twin bed that is singed. Firefighters actually threw this stuff out of the window as they tried to salvage and save what was left in this apartment here. I just put in another message to Brian Haas. He's the public information officer with the fire department, and he tells me he's not so sure what has happened here because they're still investigating. Reporting live in Hermitage, Alexandra Cohen, News Channel 5.
All right, Alexandra, thanks for the update there in Hermitage. And happening right now, police are looking for a teenager who went missing more than a week ago. Adriana Licado was last seen near Columbia Avenue in Franklin. Officials tell us the 18-year-old ran away after a disagreement with a guardian back on February the 21st. She's not been seen since. If you have any idea where she might be, contact the Franklin Police Department this morning. A teenager is in the hospital after a shooting in North Nashville. The 16-year-old was discovered around 8 o'clock last night near 16th Avenue North and Wheelis Street in Nashville. It's unclear how badly he was injured. He was shot in the chest, though, so that's pretty serious. At this point, no arrests have been made. Happening right now, law enforcement investigating an accidental shooting of a child up in Kentucky. The state police say the 3-year-old accidentally was shot in Graves County in the city of Viola. You see where it is on the map there, the northern part of the county. It's a non-life-threatening injury, so that's good news. The child's expected to be all right, but still no word how the child was shot, so the investigation continues. Some developing news now as police investigate 2 deaths in Clarksville that look like they're related. Investigators found 18-year-old Caitlin Thomas beaten to death in an apartment on State Line Road Tuesday. Well, that same morning, the prime suspect in that case, her husband, 21-year-old Deshaun Thomas, died after traveling down the interstate at more than 100 miles an hour, then making a U-turn on I-24 and slamming into a semi head-on. As we said, he was a suspect in his wife's death. Investigators are asking if you know anything about either of those situations, give them a call. Happening today, The jury is expected to begin deliberations in the Erin Andrews trial, and people all over the country are watching this. It's getting national attention. Final witnesses took the stand yesterday. A hotel desk clerk, there she is. She was the first person on the stand to testify. She checked in Michael Barrett, the man convicted of videotaping Erin Andrews naked in her Nashville Marriott hotel room and then posting it online. Now, the clerk says she did not remember Barrett mentioning Andrews' name, and she never gave out any information about Erin Andrews. The final witness was this guy, former pro quarterback, ESPN analyst Jesse Palmer, who worked with Erin during the time of the incident. He says while the release of the video did not impact her performance on TV, it did impact her personal life.
I don't think she felt like being in a room by herself, surrounded by security, was going to help her. I think she felt like she wanted it. She was going to try to be normal. And by being around people that cared about her, I think that was important to her.
Closing arguments will be delivered this morning, 9 o'clock, about 2 hours from right now. We'll, of course, be in the courtroom, so stay with us on air, and we'll have updates online for you as well. Some developing news to tell you about after a massive Cheatham County house burns to the ground, and the longtime owner wants some answers as to why. H.T. Beckham says no one was living in the massive home on Sandy Run Road in Ashland City when it caught fire Friday morning. There was no power running to the house, no water, no gas. Beckham built the place himself. It had 13 bedrooms, 7 bathrooms, even an indoor swimming pool. It was massive. He is hoping to get some information by offering a $2,500 reward. Hopefully someone will step forward, and then he can start the process of rebuilding and moving on.
It's just all gone. You know, there's nothing left. Had to start back from scratch.
The Tennessee Department of Commerce and Insurance is assisting the Ashland City Fire Department with the ongoing investigation. If you know anything about that fire, you can call the arson hotline number this morning. A Murfreesboro church is scammed out of nearly $20,000 this morning. Police say that someone hacked the email of the priest at St. Rose Parish in Murfreesboro. The scammer then emailed the secretary asking for more than $19,000, and the money was transferred. But officials quickly realized, this is an account in Maryland, and that makes no sense at all. Now police are investigating, and the diocese is warning other churches to be careful.
It just shows the importance of being vigilant with email security and being cautious about what's going on.
It sure does. No arrests have been made. So we tried to call that number that's connected with the Maryland account, but guess what? The number was disconnected.